What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Punk Rock Radar. This is episode number 3 of our Determining the Best Fat Wreck album. And how we're going to do that, we've randomly generated this off screen. 8 matchups here. So this is part 1 of this episode. There's another 4 matchups coming right after this. It's going to be a majority rule. It's myself, Dylan, aka Screeching Bottle Rocket from DyingScene.com, and down in the bottom, Hudson Valley hardcore legend, Mr. Lewis. We're going to vote on these brackets here. It's going to be 2 votes moves you on to the next round, and we're going to break each of these 8 albums down to 2. And there's going to be 15 or 16 episodes, and just to hit the rules really fast, there's going to be another bracket for you guys to vote. You have to join our Discord and do the bracket yourself. The albums that get the most votes for them that we eliminate is going to automatically go on to the next round. And Dylan, Lewis, and myself are also going to pick 4 albums that were eliminated and do a loser's bracket at the end. That's a lot to take in at the beginning, but I said we're doing it in one take, so we're leaving all of it. So with that said, let's get straight into this. Let's start eliminating some albums. Right off the bat, we've got a pretty good matchup. We've got Direct Hit with their album Crown of Nothing going against Screeching Weasel's last Fat Wreck album, First World Manifesto. And because we are joined exclusively here by Screeching Bottle Rocket, you know where the screeching comes from. Dylan, I'll pass this one to you first. I think I know where you're going, but let's hear why.
Screeching Weasel. This is an awesome album. No bad songs. Opening song's great. Beginningless Vacation. 3 Lonely Days. Friday Night Nation. Too many great songs to name. I choose Screeching Weasel.
All right. I'm also choosing Screeching Weasel, but Lewis, are you going to put up a fight here? Or are you on board with advancing the Weasel?
Let's advance the Weasel. No worries.
All right, matchup number 2, Frenzal Rhomb, A Man's Not a Camel, not my favorite Frenzal album, going against Clowns, Nature, Nurture. Lewis, I'll give this one to you first. Do you feel passionately about either one of these albums?
I don't, but I've most recently listened to the Clowns record, and I liked it, and I remember liking it. I know you love Frenzal. I like them too, but this album, not my favorite either. I'm going to go with Clowns on this one.
All right, 1 vote for Clowns. Dylan, what are your thoughts? I don't think we've ever even talked about Clowns together, so I'm not sure what you're doing here.
Yeah, I didn't check them out till the most recent album, and I still haven't listened to that whole album, so I got to catch up on that. Yeah, I mean, this isn't one of the strongest Frenzal albums, but it's still good. You've got Never Had So Much Fun. You Are Not My Friend. We're Going Out Tonight. And I'm the Problem with Society. So we'll go with Frenzal Rhomb.
All right. So just for background, we moved on High Vis, High T in the last episode. Smoko is going to make it pretty damn far. As of right now, it's not this album, but that Clowns album, the new one, Endless, is in my top 10 of the year right now, but along with the Cup of Pestilence. So this is an interesting matchup for another reason. Both Australian bands too. When you think about it.
Oh yeah.
God, I like this. I'm going Frenzal, I guess. I don't feel great about it. But of these two, I'm definitely more attached to the Frenzal album. But I think this Clowns record has Bland is the New Black, which is a total banger. Really, really good song. So Frenzal's going to move on. And up next, matchup number 3. 3 of 8, guys, don't forget. We've got the Mean Jeans, Tight New Dimension against Star Fucking Hipsters, From the Dumpster to the Grave. I think the Hipster, they got eliminated. I forget what the other album's called. They were eliminated in the first episode. See if they fare a little better here. Lewis, I'll give this one to you first. I know you're a Hipsters fan. Where are you going here?
Yeah, I mean, let's go with the hipsters on this one. So this is the one that I probably like the best. So let's go with that one. I'll be honest, I've never heard Mean Jeans, so maybe I'm not giving it a fair shake. But so I'm gonna go with from the dumpster to the grave.
Star fucking hipsters. We're going with that. I never really got into Mean Jeans, honestly, but I think this is the best Star fucking hipsters album.
Yeah, Mean Jeans, they have that one song where the song title is phenomenal, the Four Cores Meal. And they have that don't they have the Jingles album too? That was pretty funny. The Totino's Pizza Roll music video, but I'm going Star fucking hipsters as well. So last match of this side, again, there's one coming right after this. This is a tough one. Or it will be for Lewis and I. I'm pretty sure I know where Dylan's going. We got face-to-face protection going against Screeching Weasel's Bark Like a Dog. Dylan, it's Weasel, so I'm going to you first. Do you have a surprise up your sleeve?
Yeah, these are not my favorite albums by either band. I think had a pretty unfavorable opinion on Bark Like a Dog. That said, I mean, this is not a very memorable face-to-face album. It's better than 3 Chords and a Half Truth and Laugh Now, Laugh Later. I think it's their best album since How to Ruin Everything, but still, I mean, it's just not that memorable. So, Screeching Weasel 2 for 2 on this bracket for me.
All right, Lewis, what are your thoughts?
Pretty easy for me. I'm going to go with Protection. I like this record. It was one of the ones that I think we both warmly went to after doing the rankings for Face to Face, and it was definitely a great album to come back to after a couple of those stinkers. I forget what you called it. 3 Ambience. What was that? The joke.
Oh yeah, for 3 Chords. Yeah, this is way better than that one.
Yeah, it's a good record. So I'm gonna give it Face to Face.
Okay. I just pulled up the track list for Face to Face. I'm going there as well. We're not going to get too much Face to Face in this, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's
two albums,
and then if we decide to do the Doctor Strange reissue, if we need some, then there's that. But yeah, I like this record quite a bit. So Face to Face is moving on. So now we're going to break this down to 2 albums. This first one is going to be interesting because we've got a Lewis band versus a Dylan band. We've got Screeching Weasel, First World Manifesto going against Star fucking Hipsters, Dumpster to the Grave. I'm casting my vote here first, guys. I think this Weasel record is really underrated. It doesn't get talked about with the good albums of theirs, so my vote here is Screeching Weasel. And for dramatic effect, Lewis, if you want to cast your vote next.
Well, I know Dylan's going to pick the Weasel, so even if I wanted to pick the Weasel, I will throw the Star fucking Hipsters the vote here for mine to just give him a little bit of love here.
All right. Dylan, am I right to assume you are going with First World Manifesto?
Put it on the board. You're right.
All right, so final matchup of this bracket. Again, there's 4 more coming up. We've got Frenzelrom, A Man's Not a Camel, going against Face to Face Protection. Dylan, I'll let you go first here. Here's the track list. From myself, You Are Not My Friend is the standout. But I know you're very fond of this record, so what's your vote going to be?
I think it's a decent record. I'm not that fond of it. Yeah, Frenzelrom. I just like it more than these 2.
All right, we're going out tonight to one of their bigger songs. Lewis, what are you thinking?
So much fun.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I've ever listened to this Frenzelrom album all the way through, and I've listened to the Face to Face record all the way through this year. So I'll go Face to Face and let you be the decider on it.
Man, I've been like such like a Frenzel fanboy on this channel, but I personally like Protection better than this. I think Protection is like Face to Face's First World Manifesto, later album that doesn't get a lot of credit, that's actually full of bangers. So I think it's a cool semi-final we're going to end up here. We're not doing this matchup right now. They're both going to move on to the next round. All right, so that's how this one's going to end up. Screeching Weasel, First World Manifesto, moving on with Face to Face Protection. I had the other semi-finalists written somewhere on my desk. Okay, just to recap real fast. So far, we've got, in addition to these two, Suburban Teenage Wasteland Blues by Strung Out, Flatliners Cavalcade, Lagwagon Resolve, Pairs Go to Prison, Dead to Me, Cuban Ballerina, Frenzel Rom, High Vis, High T, No Effects Coaster, and Only Crime Virulence. So let's get this board loaded up for part 2 real fast. All right, second bracket is loaded up here. And just a reminder, these are all, we did this randomly, but this time, the first couple episodes, it was kind of on the spot. We did this a few days ago, just because if there's something we didn't really listen to before, we wanted to give it a fair shake. I don't want to eliminate something and have some angry comment that we didn't even give it a chance. So we at least gave this an attempt in most cases. Some cases I did not give an attempt. So first matchup is going to be Smoke or Fire, who unfortunately, this is a pretty rough matchup. Yeah. Good Riddance, ballads from the Revolution. Lewis, I think you're pretty fond of both of these albums, so I'll let you take this one first.
Yeah, I think the Smoke or Fire record's pretty good. Melatonin's definitely a standout track, but I mean, and I feel like they got a bad shake. They could have advanced probably against a lot of other bands in this bracket, but unfortunately, we're going against Ballads from the Revolution, which is one of the best Good Riddance records, featuring Salts and a couple other songs, bangers. Gotta be the Good Riddance record.
All right. Dylan, do you agree or disagree?
Well, I've never listened to Smoke or Fire. I don't think a single song, let alone this album. I've been aware of them, but for whatever reason, I've not listened to them. So Good Riddance is moving on. There's a few songs I like on the record. Fertile Fields being number 1 for me.
So Dylan, if you went Smoke or Fire, I was going to agree with you. Just to put that out there. I really like this album. I think you would like it too, man. You should definitely give it a shot. It's some Dylan core. All right. Up next, we've got Strike Anywhere, Dead FM, going against Make War, Get It Together. I'll be honest, guys, before we did this, I had not heard this Make War album, and it's surprisingly good. Like, I actually added it to my regular rotation playlist, and just put it out there. I'm not a huge Strike Anywhere fan by any means. The vocals just don't do it for me. So I'm going with an underdog here. I'm casting my vote for this Make War album that I did not hear until yesterday. Over Strike Anywhere. Dylan, where's your vote going?
I like this Strike Anywhere album. I guess we got a running gag going here. Strike Anywhere is like Rise Against if they didn't fucking suck. So I like this record. I think Iron Front is a little better, but this album's good too. So we'll go Strike Anywhere.
All right, Lewis, it's gonna come down to you. I don't know if we've really talked much about Strike Anywhere. Just like a band that just kind of skirted under. But where are you going?
I've heard this album, and I will be honest, I didn't listen to that other album, so you're not the only one who didn't fully prepare. So since we have a 50-50 split right now, I have a quarter, and I'm going to flip it. And heads is going to be Strike Anywhere, and tails is going to be Make War.
Conspiracy.
It's heads. It's heads. If I can get it in the thing.
The coin has spoken.
So, Strike Anywhere is going to advance on a coin flip.
Oh my God. All right. Well, guys, we take this very seriously, as you could tell. So
a new wrinkle has been added to the fat bracket.
I mean, come on, guys. We can't know everything. A coin is as good as anything.
The next round will be decided with rock, paper, scissors.
All right. Well, speaking of the next round, we're trying to make these pretty fast, and this is like as close to a slam dunk as it gets, in my opinion. We've got one of the best Swing and Utters albums going against Scorpios, which is another album I never listened to until actually today. It's a acoustic side project with Joey Cape, Tony Slide, John Snodgrass, and one other guy. Maybe I'll do a voice memo to insert it if I remember. But my vote is for Swing and Utters all day long. Dylan, where are you going here?
Yeah, I like this Swing and Utters album. My one gripe is the vocals are pretty buried in the mix. But yeah,
That's
I think
a lot of the record.
Yeah, I think it's the more culturally significant of the two albums here. So we'll go with the Swing and Utters. Sorry, Scorpios fans.
If there are any.
Damn.
Lewis, do you agree?
Yeah, I like the Utters, so that's going to be my pick for sure.
You got it running, you're the next in line.
All right, last album of the episode. We guys, we did a good job here. Another Swing and Utters album. These are completely random. Here Under Protest against Poor Snuff, who's I think 0 for 3 at this point. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, perhaps. Lewis, where are you going with this one?
I have another coin here. I'm just kidding. I'm not a Snuff fan, really. I guess I'll just pick the Utters. I'm not huge on this record, but why not? It advances, in my opinion.
All right, Dylan, can we finally get some love for Poor Snuff in the series?
I mentioned the last video. This is the one Snuff album I've listened to. I do like the opening track, which I can't remember the name of. But the Swing and Utters go 2 for 2 on this video. I like this album too. This is the first with Jack from One Man Army, and he sings on a few of the songs, which I really like. So Here Under Protest is moving on.
Hey, regardless, we need to do a Swing and Utters tier list. Yeah, hopefully they're cooking up something, because they're moving on, and they moved on in the last one. No, they got eliminated. Okay. Well, I feel pretty good about their chances at least getting one into the next round, but let's work this first one out here. We've got Good Riddance, Ballots from the Revolution against Swing and Utters, Juvenile Product of Working Class. Man, this is a good one, actually. I saw this coming, but it's still good to see. Dylan, I'll pass it to you first. I think I know where my vote is headed. Well, let's see what you guys have to say.
Yeah, it's tough. This is by far my favorite Swing and Utters album. You got Wind Spittin' Punk, 15th and T. There's good songs on this album. But on the whole, I think the Good Riddance album is a little stronger, so we'll go with Ballads.
What songs are on this one? Good Riddance.
Salt.
Yeah.
What else is
Slowly. That's the. I'm trying to remember the track names here. Pull it up, John.
I don't think I really like this one. No.
I set myself on fire.
So I've only got one song. Man, I'm such a poser. I've only got Understood.
Man, you don't like this album? You don't like this album?
I feel like I put this in the C tier. It's, I'm a Symptoms of a Leveling Spirit fan, a My Republic fan. This one,
I think I gotta go check. I think this and Symptoms were my S's, right, or something.
I think
don't
so.
remember.
I think
but I'm advancing this one. So.
All right, I was leaning the Utters, but you guys you decide it. It's 2-1. So we are going to move. I'm glad, because I feel like that would have been one where people would have been upset if this got eliminated. So last matchup of the day, Strike Anywhere. Dead FM, which we all showed so much love for in round 1, going against Swingin' Utters here under protest. What's it going to be, guys? What are we thinking?
Well, this is definitely the lesser of the two Swingin' Utters albums, but it has the more favorable matchup, I feel like. So that kind of sucks, but this is tough too. I really like the Strike Anywhere album, but I like Jack Dalrymple's voice more than whatever the fuck the Strike Anywhere's guy's name is.
Thomas Barnett, right?
Something like that. Swingin' Utters for me.
Lewis?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Utters too. I mean, I think I would be very disingenuous when I just pick Strike Anywhere via a coin flip. So let's go with an album that I actually kind of like and pick the Utters. And another one will probably advance from theirs, and this one's fine.
All right. Yeah, this particular bracket was not really loaded, but there's gonna be some like that. That's what the first round is for. We're gonna weed them out. Juvenile Product getting eliminated is an upset though. Is like, or is 5 Lesson Learned is probably their biggest one, right? Okay.
That's the bet. Yeah, it's a really big album. I think that's my favorite.
Okay. Well, guys, that's gonna do it. The goal was 15 minutes. We're at a 22 and change, so we got close. You know, there's always strive for next time. So this is that's gonna wrap up episode number 3 of likely 16 episodes. So I hope you guys like it, because there's a lot more coming, or it could just be yet another series that we start and don't finish, which they're really starting to build up. But yeah, if you do like it, make sure you are subscribed, comment, all that stuff helps people find the channel. And if you hate this idea and you stuck around for the whole 23 minutes, first of all, thank you. Second of all, you can go to the Discord. There'll be a link down below, and you can suggest a better idea, which I'm sure there's a few. We've got some great feedback from some newer members recently. We're going to do a couple that were suggested off the top of my head. It is, 7 o'clock on a work day, so the brain isn't in full gear, so they're not coming to me right now. But let's wrap this one up. Guys, either of you have anything to say, any excitement for the next round, any albums you're hoping that we get to do?
Shout out to the guy in the Instagram comments who said all the Fat Records releases suck. Very nuanced opinion. I'm looking forward to Borders and Boundaries whenever that comes up. I'm curious how that'll fare against whatever it goes up against. But yeah, there's so many Fat albums I can't think of all of them. So it'll be a nice surprise when I see the next bracket.
Lewis, anything you're looking forward to?
Well, I want to see Propaganda make their first appearance.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be one that I'm going to be interested what the lineup is and see where it goes. But yeah, I think, like you said, this first round's going to have some stinkers, and once we get to that second round, it's going to be really, really tough. So stay tuned.
Speaking of brackets, I wonder when the first bracket album.
You know, I'm going to be voting on my bracket, but real fast, since we're here. We're not doing greatest hits, but and I haven't encountered them yet in the randomizer. Compilations like NoFX 22 or 45 or 46. I feel like they should be fair. I'm thinking they're fair game. Maybe not greatest hits, but those are all originals. What do you? Dylan gave the thumbs down.
It's a compilation.
I'd go compilations are in. I mean,
you got Capricorn 1, 45 or 46.
But then you have to include Fat Music.
No. Well, if you want, I feel
we're doing bands compilations of previously released material, on EPs, something like that. I think
Weaselmania.
Maybe we could do all the comps in one bracket. Not comps, but all, yeah. Well, is Weaselmania on Fat? Oh, it is? Okay. Well, we'll think about it. We'll cross that bridge when the randomizer makes us cross it. But that's going to do it. I can smell my dinner. I'm hungry. It's 7 o'clock, so we're going to wrap this one up 10 minutes later than we planned. But again, thanks you all for watching. We'll see you all next time.